Said you sound like water. I told him water don't have no sound. He said you sound like water. I said in a manual way you drown if I sound like water. Then baby come get a sip if it sound like water. Then when I dip you dip we drip. Said you sound like water. I told him water don't have no sound. He said you sound like water. I said in a manual way you drown if I sound like water. Then baby come get a sip if it sound like water. Then when I dip you dip we drip, yeah. Because it sound like water. He tryna find out if he gon' drown. Because it sound like water. That boy booking flights out uptown. He from Jamaica, wanna kick it out in Vegas. Let me find out that daddy dehydrated. And I hate to say a king that's under maintenance. You a star, baby, I want you to feel famous. This, that water, get a cup and you can drink it. I don't do contamination, it's the safest. Take my mama in the heavens cause they made this. Baby, you can tell after you taste it. You sound like water. I told him water don't have no sound. He said you sound like water. I said in a manual way you drown if I sound like water. Then baby come get a sip if it sound like water. Then when I dip you dip we drip. Said you sound like water. I told him water don't have no sound. He said you sound like water. I said in a manual way you drown if I sound like water. Then baby come get a sip if it sound like water.
Like water.
Then when I dip you dip we drip.
You sound like everything split splash. Suds in the tub, let's take a big bath. If you don't know my name, girl, call me Big Dave. If you drip like I think I'm gonna be Big Mate. If you got OnlyFans, we got a big bag. I'm tryna be the only fan that you been hate. Baby, I can ride your wave, facts I've been red. Water good for the body, that's a big fact. They don't drink it like I drink it, you gon' see that. Trips to the beach just to show you where I be at. All in your stomach just to show you where I'm deep at. All in your ear if they ask where I sing it.
I told him water don't have no sound. He said you sound like water. I said in a manual way you drown if I sound like water. Then baby come get a sip if it sound like water. Then when I dip you dip we drip. Said you sound like water. I told him water don't have no sound. He said you sound like water. I said in a manual way you drown if I sound like water. Then baby come get a sip if it sound like water. Then when I dip you dip we drip, yeah.
Hey, scared. Sensei.
So what's the name of your company? My company is Overflow Pools LLC. And what do you guys specialize in? We specialize in installations, repairs, regular pool maintenance. There's literally nothing that Overflow Pools LLC does not do except for build pools from the ground up. Okay. You got connections for that? We do. All right. Now, how can they get in contact with you, and what is your name? So my name is Michael Gibson. I am the owner, and also I share this company with my wife, who is also an owner, Shantayana Gibson. We both we both own Overflow Pools together. You can reach me by going to literally overflowpools.com. It's on Google. We're number 3 in Las Vegas. We are a 5-star company, probably 4.5 stars. You can go to us on Angie's Lee. You can go to us on Yelp. We backed up by the Better Business Bureau. You can also call us at 702-513-5333. That's our company office. You can also even go online and just type in Overflow Pools, and we'll come up pretty much everywhere. Facebook, everywhere, bro. Absolutely. Everywhere.
Hell gang hit it. Yeah. Jones, Vegas City, guns, Lego. Hey, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never turn my back on my brother, that's my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never let a sucker talk bad about my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never turn my back on my brother, that's my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never let a sucker talk bad about my brother. Oh, you know we back like a Spinal Tap. Although we never left like a red rag. Oh, hop in the booth, murder the track, kill. And you know we killed a mic like a toe tag. When it comes to this rap, boy, I'm top tier. No opinion, this fact, make that clear. No cap here, all claps cheers. Make a bet, cash checks, I'm the cashier. 500 each, boy, we made a grand. We ain't have to sell crack, wasn't wearing grams. Before Instagram, Jones and Goods had fans. On the block, selling hard copies hand to hand. That's my brother, that's my brother. Never turn my back on my brother, that's my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never let a sucker talk bad about my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never turn my back on my brother, that's my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never let a sucker talk bad about my brother.
I could never switch. Stand firm in the trenches with my brother. If he did it, I'll never snitch. Even if you wrong, I'ma stand right next to you, homie. Give a what these on. And you can't catch me with a chick you already bone. She smiling in my face, I'm telling Icy Jones. Loyalty is what it is till I'm dead and gone. It's still senior scholar if you ain't knowing. Reppin' Vegas all night to the early morn. Double cup of yak, and I'm blunt blowing. On the hitty beat, hella out smoking. Me and Icy Jones, we the wave like the ocean.
That's my brother, that's my brother. Never turn my back on my brother, that's my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never let a sucker talk bad about my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never turn my back on my brother, that's my brother. Oh, that's my brother, that's my brother. Never let a sucker talk bad about my brother.
That's my brother, that's my brother, yeah. That's my brother, that's my brother, that's my brother, yeah. That's my brother, that's my brother, yeah. That's my brother, that's my brother, that's my brother, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. That's my brother, that's my brother, yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas, dude. Hey.
Hitman B.
My profile, rooted in the West. Hell block at its best. Crip City vet. Voice of the street, put the city on the map. All I need is one mic. You can say less. Mom affiliated, like I'm Luciano. Hold a round table, down in Maggiano. Suckers love to hate when you banging at Rolando. Most show respect, keep it 100. Look at me now, running numbers up overnight. Got access to hell game, nothing's overpriced. I'ma play the field, you can roll the dice. Hop the easy 6 and 8, welcome to the city life. Welcome to Vegas. 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 Life outside the strip. East side, north town, west side we live. Summerlin to Henderson. Centennial Hills to Southern Highlands. A real native. Las Vegas rebel, second generation. Rolls out the pavement. Sorry for the wait, but you can't rush greatness. Knew the job when I took it, gotta stay dangerous. Gratitude's tired of telling just to stay famous. Well, good luck on your way up. So many say they real, but they actions never weigh up. I hope you young bucks get your fucking weight up. Welcome to Vegas. 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 Welcome to Vegas.
Man, take it, man, don't look around, take it. Opportunities like this don't happen all the time.
Be careful with that, man. Everything with Taz come at a price. Good.
Paying attention to my ambitions as a rider. My ambitions as a rider.
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of Hot Seat with Icy Jones right here on Room Service Radio. You know how it go, man. I'm live every Thursday, Friday, 12 to 2. You know what it do. If you need yourself an interview, you need to be on the playlist. You need yourself a sponsor. Also, please go to Roku TV.
make sure that you get the Blink Show TV app and find Journalist Repost. You'll see Hot Seat with Icy Jones. You could also visit Blink Show TV on social media and also on YouTube and blinkshowtv.com for more information. But make sure that you know on Roku, Icy Jones is there under Blink Show TV app, okay? Journalist Repost, you'll find Hot Seat with Icy Jones. Man, today is Friday, April 8th. Guess what? I'm performing today. The Scholars is performing today. We at Craig Ranch Park. It starts now, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, they're over there at Craig Ranch on Craig and Revere. If you're in Las Vegas, Nevada, come through, barbecue, some good food over there. You dig? Shout out to Connie Parker. She booked the Scholars, man, Hell Gang Hitty, Too Blessed, herself, and a few other artists, man, that's going up in a major way. The Scholars set is at 3:30, so as soon as I leave this live show, I'll be headed down to Craig Ranch Park. So meet me there, or like they say, meet me there, beat me there. You dig? Make sure that you come through, man. And shout out to everybody that's rocking with me. Everybody that said they're coming through, people trailing me and things of that nature, man. Let's get it popping, all right? Today, 1 p.m., right now. So you can listen to Hot Seat with Icy Jones while you go over to the park, and I'll meet you there. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man, y'all just seen the trailer to a short film titled King. It's out right now, and what's going to happen is y'all going to see this. I'm going to play it today, you know what I mean? And y'all going to let us know how y'all feel. You feel me? You're going to let the writer and the actors and the directors know, man, I seen King. And you're going to let them know how you feel. You feel me? So right now, man, I'd like to welcome to the show, though, the man behind the scenes and on screen, Kalen Sims. What's happening, man?
What's happening, my brother?
How you feeling, brother?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, man. Blessed.
That's right, man. That's right, man. So, King.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, like, about the coming about of a short film like this.
It started just with an idea.
You got to get on that mic.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me tap in.
Yeah.
It started with an idea.
Okay.
I wanted to first dabble in film, and so that was the original idea. And then it was what am I going to bring to the film industry or, world or, what lane am I going to take? So, I got together with a buddy of mine and, we put a story together, got with another guy, my boy Paris, and he wrote a nice little script for us, and got with my boy Gavin. Shout out to Paris. Shout out my boy Gavin. Shout out Will. Shout out Evan. We all got together and we put it together.
How many heads is that? 5?
Yeah.
Including you?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tell me about holding down a team, man. Like how y'all hold each other down, man, and see something through.
I mean, it's hard. It's not as easy as you would think. Creative differences.
Yeah.
Somebody may want it this way, and others may want it that way. It's really a give to get. It's a compromise. It's really like a relationship, between husband and wife, in some sorts, because it's a give to get. You give a little bit to get a little bit, and so. But ultimately, I think everybody got to be on the same page of finishing the project,
right?
Putting out a quality, complete project,
right?
With a great story, great audio and great visual. Shout out to Gavin because he's the cinematographer. He's dope.
Yes. And not to step on each other's toes so much.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because compromising does come with that.
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean? But it's also like, oh man, I ain't mean to step on your shoe. Oh no, man, it's good, right?
Yeah.
And those are like allegories to say like, but when you stepped on my shoe, I got an idea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or like when I apologized, like I was able to humble myself and listen to you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like, I get it, man, because I work with a team as well, and we bump heads, but we still keep it going, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to like the camera for you, like you do photography?
I do photography, videography.
Mm-hmm. When did you first pick up a camera?
It's been about almost 2 years.
Okay.
Almost 2 years.
So like what, 2020 into 2019?
Yeah, 2020. The end of 2020. I think I got my first camera. September. I know the day. Hold on. September 21st, 2020 was the first day I got my first camera. Yeah.
What was that about? Like, what was you saying? Was it an accident? Like somebody did something, you was like, I'll do it myself. Like, what happened? What made you do that September 2020?
Ultimately, it really was from, I used to rent gyms. I jump rope. So hence the name Rope King on Instagram. Shout out to Rope King. But originally it was the Rope King. So I originally started doing jump roping. I was recording with my iPhone 7. The quality was scarce. I would post videos. It would be blurry. And so I remember it went from that. I was recording like basketball sessions. We used to rent courts out at Tark, and I would record the session. And I remember one of my boys, shout out Vel Jackson. I sent. He had a good session. He wanted the footage, and when I sent it, it was so blurry. He was like, "Bro,
wow,
I can't even see. We literally, you couldn't see who was doing what. You couldn't see nothing." So he was like, "Bro, you got to get a new phone or step your game up like a real friend should." Correct. Like if you're going to do it, then do it, And so that made me look into, should I get a camera? Should I get a phone? Like the newer iPhone.
Right.
And so when I researched the capabilities of a camera and all that it entails, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get a camera because, they were saying stuff like you can shoot a movie and stuff. At the time, I had never even, even then hearing it, I was like, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, but it's the better quality. I want the better quality. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get the camera. And I heard a guy talk on Instagram. No, was it Facebook? Facebook University.
Okay.
He said what made me want to get into it. He said he did 5 shoots a year, and he made $500,000. It was every shoot was $100,000 or better.
Yeah.
And he would work half of the year, and the other half he would travel and be inspired.
Yep.
And when I heard that, I said, he's no better than me.
Yeah.
And so the grind began.
Nice. So is it Rope Kings Entertainment now or what?
It's Rope and Reels.
Rope and Reels.
Because it goes together. It was Rope and Reels.
Yep.
And so it's Rope and Reel Productions,
Okay.
That's what, that's the umbrella of the production company. I am myself in the Rope King. So, that's why I went to YouTube to try to split it because it's kind of like meshing together. But yeah, Rope and Reel Productions.
So, we'll let everybody know where you from originally.
Las Vegas, Nevada, born and raised.
Yeah?
Yeah. West Side.
Okay.
40 block.
Okay.
Gerson.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the origin.
How was it for you, man? For real, growing up?
I had a good childhood. I mean, we had a big neighborhood, shout out the landlord, shout out Cuddy, shout out Ebony, like, the 40 block kids, all the 40 block kids, it was good for me. Like, we was like a big community, down the street, we got their house, we got whoopings from everybody, you know what I'm saying? And it was a good community bringing. I came up, it was good, compared to what I see now. Like, we were together. Like, I remember waking up, it's 9 a.m. going, can they come out? They sleep. You know what I mean? Like, and Kill a Man and two-hand touch in the street. Barbecues and, yeah. So I had childhood was good for me.
And then you go high school.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to high school?
Vegas. Las Vegas High School.
And how was that in high school?
It was good. I was an athlete.
Okay.
So I did a lot of sports. I was busy. High school was a blur to me, though, honestly. It was a blur because all I did was sports. It was really, it was nothing too exciting. It was just like, and I wasn't the greatest. I was average. So, I held my own, but more so average, but I always had an imagination. I was always funny. I was always crazy. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing I really remember about high school.
Vegas, you ever get a touch of the streets out here?
Yeah.
How is it, man, when one day you look up and somebody not here no more?
I mean, it's my thing is my only question to death is, did you do what you wanted? And I'm not saying, you know, as far as, you know, the money and all, I'm saying, like, did you live a life that you deemed necessary for you? Did you go places that you really wanted to go? Did you, whether that be you had to work 10 jobs to save the money, but did you have the discipline to fulfill whatever it is that you seen for yourself in life? That's the biggest question. Because
Purpose.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because death, I mean, is around the corner from all of us. It's one step away. So, you know, I choose to embrace it. But
when did that happen? Or did you always think you did?
No.
Yeah.
It was in my later days, probably late 20s.
Yeah.
Late 20s.
Was it because of so many, or was it, you know?
It was after sleep left, you know, it opened my eyes to a lot. It opened my eye, and I loved him to death, you know. He was my best friend, so I was like, damn, he gone. What I'm gonna do? You know, and then I dabbled in a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it didn't sit with my spirit, you know, it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I started to grow, and then you know, my family grew, I had kids, and I think when my daughter was born 13 years ago is when the change happened, and I knew I had to transition. I had to.
Yeah.
There was no choice, because her first cry, I cried. And I knew she didn't, it was crazy because in that moment, I still feel that moment. In that moment, I remember she don't need me now, she need her mom, but later she gonna need me, you know, whether it be financial, cars, whatever that is, you know, entails with that. But I knew that, so I knew I had to get away and lock in and, you know, get it together, because they was gonna need me later.
Right. So, yeah. You feel like, you know, because we all are successful in our own right, you know, in certain ways, right?
Yeah.
You feel like anybody feel like, he left me behind?
Nah, ain't no left behinds. I mean, you should be doing yours. You know what I mean? There's no such thing. You know, there's your pace. You know what I mean? I mean, if somebody says I left them behind, or it's in general.
Yeah, not just you.
I mean, to anybody,
right,
you know,
right.
Then you obviously didn't have a plan for yourself.
Words of wisdom.
You know
Words of wisdom. And I say that because you are looking for writers, and just people to add to the team.
Yes.
Give me some of the list of things you're looking for.
Man, we got a dope writer, Parrish, you know, but we are looking for writers. We are looking for
film.
For film, yeah, for film, yes. Writers, we looking for actors for sure.
Okay.
We looking for directors, you know, that's willing to work, you know, that understands it's gonna be a team effort, you know what I mean? But
audio, visual, tech,
all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Editors, the whole squad, you know what I mean? So yeah.
And when you put that together, you build a team, everybody not getting paid right now.
Yeah.
So you gotta hold your own. And is it a passion
But
project?
there is ways of getting paid.
Talk to us.
You might not get paid financially. And if you good at what you do, I will pay you financially. But you got to be good at what you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's reiterate that. But I understand, you know, compensation. Yeah. So you will be compensated in whatever way you deem necessary. I believe right now, because we're not at a certain particular point, the barter system.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Is there anything that I can help you with, or that I have that can bring value to you?
Yes.
Vice versa.
Yes.
That's where I'm at with that. You know, and everybody that I have worked with, we've all benefited in our own goals, or where we see you know what I mean? Yeah. We've collectively come together, but individually we had our expectations or what we needed to move forward within whatever realm we were in.
Right.
So yeah, it's the barter system as of now. But like I said, you know, our script writer, he got compensated financially. You know what I mean? And he didn't ask for it, but you know, he deserved it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just believe in being fair, because he bring it right back to me. I give it out, it come right back. It's just a circle of life. So
absolutely,
you know,
absolutely. So we got King.
Yeah.
Would you call this like your baby or what? You feel me? What is this? Was it a passion project or what? Like what is it?
It was definitely a passion project. Yeah. I had to like take away from it, but you know, we have been working on this since August. August of last year.
21.
August 26, I believe.
Yeah.
2021, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so the process of it, getting it to here was a lot, you know, like I gave up a few times.
Okay.
You know,
talk that real,
yeah,
man.
I gave up a few times, you know,
Yeah.
but I had an epiphany, you know, sitting down on the toilet, you know,
Yeah.
thinking
On the throne.
you know, getting lighter, as my cousin Big Marcus would say.
right.
I realized that if I didn't push this project forward, if I didn't connect the dots, then I would probably still be sitting on that toilet, you know, thinking about what if.
Yeah.
You know, and so I just took it into my own hands. I reached out to Paris, who, you know, we had a meeting, we met up, and I pitched it to him, and he loved it, you know what I mean? And he began the process of putting it into written form for us. And once that came, it was over, you know. But in the process, it took us like 8 months. 8 months to get it all together. Now I'm working on pushing it faster, making it. That's why I want a team, because collectively we can be working on other stuff while we're working on other stuff.
Yeah.
So it can continuously roll, but that only works with a team that's, you know, that's dedicated.
That's willing and dedicated. And how long have you known some of these people, the ones that you talking about?
Really, Willie. You know, I work with Willie. I work with Gavin. Paris, I met through my boy E and my homegirl Crystal. Shout out Crystal. I met him through them, where we were just. It was just wild. We had a meeting one day. He was just my boy Evan. You know, he owned a barbershop. Shout out to Universal Fade Kings.
Okay.
He was like, "Yo, I just want to link up with some creatives and just, you know, create this energy and make something come of it, you know." And so what we did was we met up every Wednesday for a few Wednesdays, and we just talked. You know, we originally were going to try to do a podcast type of a deal, and you know, and that's where, you know, individually we all told each other like our goals and where we were trying to move forward, so we can all find the space to where we can help each other grow, you know, or whatever, in whatever industry. And so when Paris told me he was a writer/director, you know, that was a ding, ding, ding right there. It was like, I'm in the right place at the right time. But I just, later on, I think maybe a month, 2 months later, I hit him up like, "Yo, let's put something together. I got something I think we can do." And that's where it rose.
And there
to.
it is. And that's what I'm saying, like, relationships matter so much, bro.
Yeah.
You know, who you know matters so much, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because we think sometimes we're entitled. You know, we feel like we deserve something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, bro, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't.
Yeah, for real.
And when you find out and you dive into who you know, you never know who got what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for real, bro. And that's where we at today, man. Me and this guy here has known each other for a very, very long time.
Yes, sir.
And he told me recently, like, you know, that's what he's doing, like reaching into his network of people. And I was one of them, and I'm thankful, because here's the thing. We have these broadcasting systems now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way that we communicate.
It's a new way of communication.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
this is where we at today. You feel me? And in reality, bro, I'm thankful for all of the broadcasting systems. That's what I call it. It's the word that comes to my mind, bro. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you can sit down with Pilot Talk by Tizzle. You know what I'm saying? You can sit down with Sir Charles Tatum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can sit down with K Fly on Room Service Radio. You can sit down with Levon Kennedy, even at the other station we're at together at Chosen Money Radio. He does What's Hot in Vegas over here. And then he does, I forgot the name. Don't Shoot the Messenger at the other station.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I got a list of, you know what it is, podcasts, Behind the Lights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a list of people you can sit down with and get your movie or your product or your music out to the masses.
Yeah.
Get that message out to the masses. And I'm thankful that, you know, you've chosen me, you know what I mean, to come through.
First stop,
bro.
stop.
I be thankful about that. You feel me? And it's a lot of people that's like, man, you my first interview guy yesterday. TOT's Meezy. I was his first official interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes me feel good that my name is ringing bells and, you know, people are watching and people are listening because you don't know what's going to happen when you start out. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
A person does not know when they drop this, they may go viral.
Right.
They don't know.
Right.
You're just doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate the people who invest in themselves. I'm thankful that you even spoke out and said, man, we paid our writer, even though he didn't ask for it. He deserved it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And I like the barter system. You know what I mean? Because I might need something from you to go get some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just depends. So, like, you dropped some knowledge and some keys today, my brother.
Yeah.
Now, were you raised in a 2-parent household?
No.
Who were you raised by?
I was raised by my auntie.
By your auntie?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was mom's and pops?
The drug game.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Caught up. My mom still to this day.
To this day?
Fiend, yeah.
Okay. And pops?
I never knew him. Probably seen him like 3 times.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But his story is he was a gambaholic.
Okay. In Vegas?
Yeah, he was from Detroit.
Okay.
Born and raised in Detroit. Came to UNLV, running Rebels. You know, played at UNLV. Right.
Word.
I think Tark got in trouble the year he got there.
Wow.
And so, yeah, UNLV went through that cycle. That's how he met my mom. That's how we got here to Vegas.
Okay.
But his family is in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a gambaholic in Vegas.
Yeah, and went to Detroit and got into it with
them
out
over
there,
there.
and they,
Yep.
yeah.
I heard about that over there in Detroit.
Yeah.
They don't play about that gambling
Yeah.
stuff. And they got like an underworld over there
It's a
for gambling.
super.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when I went, it was wild.
So you seen it?
I went because I went for his funeral.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't.
Oh,
You know,
man, rest
I
in
went
heaven,
for.
man.
I went for it. They made me.
Okay.
My auntie made me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go.
Right.
I didn't want to go.
Right.
But
Go show your respect.
you got to
Yeah.
go see your people.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy I did.
Yep.
Great experience. Went to Detroit, dirtiest city I ever been to in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy old,
Yeah.
crazy old.
Yeah. Really empty lots everywhere.
It's crazy.
Really torn down houses.
Yeah, crazy.
The air don't smell good.
Man.
Okay.
And then they got an MGM.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my brother took me on the little strip, like where
Yeah.
they, I think where the Detroit Lions play and all that.
Yeah.
It was an experience.
Is that their downtown? So
They're
to speak?
downtown?
Okay.
Yeah. I had a Coney dog.
Yeah.
I ain't like it.
You ain't like it?
Hell no.
He like, give me some winter sniffing, bro. What's going on?
Hey, bro, was like, man, we grew up on this. He got hot at me a little bit. I was like, nah, hell no. I'm not eating that.
I'm not from here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, nah. So, yeah, but I heard about that, man. One of my partners, man, they was over there, and it's really an underworld of gambling, bro.
Yeah.
Like, crazy,
It's
right?
crazy.
All right. And they kicked him out. Like, it was issues,
Yeah.
right? So, anyway, boom. So, since that is your story, what is something that your aunt embedded in you morally that still sticks with you today as a man?
I mean, shit, I am her. Shit. And shit. Everything you see. Shit. I mean, in the male form, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even pick one thing.
Yeah.
You know, she was the person I watched, you know,
Yeah.
especially on in that what they call that stage, the
Adolescence or
adolescence or sponge stage
Yeah,
where you're
yeah,
picking
yeah,
up
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
You know, I didn't have anybody else to look at. So I mean, photography, she was a photographer.
wow.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, she never became official, but
Yeah.
she was the one at the any reunion, family birthday
got 'em all.
bar. She got sit right here, get over here, come on, no, smile.
Yeah.
No, you feel me? She
Yeah.
make you mad because
Right.
you trying to go get a play. You see everybody finna eat the last of the macaroni and cheese. She like, hold on, that macaroni, save her, save her a plate of macaroni and
Yeah.
cheese. She want her pictures. She got
Because it
booklets,
lasts a lifetime,
booklets
bro.
and booklets. She got all the old pictures of the family. Any pictures you need of the family of
Yeah.
like certain time periods
Yes.
are at her house.
Yes.
So that's where that naturally came from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do the same now, right? And I never got into like the camera thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think I would like it because
Yeah.
I do take all the pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my uncle, they call me Punkin. Punkin, come take all these pictures.
Really?
Come, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
send me the pictures when you're done. You feel me? So I feel happy now I have that job placement when it comes to family functions.
Yeah.
They know I got the pictures.
got the
I'm always doing. But I learned, bro, when people go, that's all you got is memories.
The memories, yep.
And like you said, certain time periods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once I realize that, you be like, damn, I ain't got no pictures with such and such.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
And when I get hit like
Yeah.
that, when I got hit like that, I started taking pictures all the time.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I
Yeah.
make sure I get them. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because like, it just was like, wow, like you don't have any pictures with this person, or you have very minimal, and you've been around them your whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So many experiences.
Yeah. Now, so I'm that. Okay, so that's cool though. Like subconsciously and consciously, like you embody her, right? That's dope. In that, do you believe a woman can raise a man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She raised me.
Yeah.
I feel I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I go to work, I take care of my kids. I was telling, a friend of mine, like, I want to go 100% on, everything, but my kids, going to work is their money. That ain't my money. That's them. That's their roof. That's their clothes. That's their food for lunch. That's theirs. So as a man, I go to work for them. I don't go to work for me. Because if I went to work for me, I wouldn't go. You know what I mean? It's not for me. It's for them. So, I'm very much a man. She raised me. Fucking right.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
I like it, man. Because I get many different answers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did you have male influences?
That's weird. No.
Wow. She raised a man, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had influences on what not to do.
Yeah.
I had a lot of influences on like what not to do or how I didn't want to be.
Yep.
Including my father. Yep. He taught me how I never was going to treat my kids. He taught me how I never wanted them to feel, and my uncles and cousins taught me positions I never want to put myself in, and
your family.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I had a lot of examples on what not to do. I had to learn what to do.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I love telling Vegas stories, like allowing my people to speak.
Yeah.
Because people have no idea these things go on here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I know.
When you went to Detroit, what did they think about Vegas?
I stayed in a hotel. Like, for real. I got asked that, like, by a few of my cousins.
A few of them?
Yeah.
What? Oh,
like, what
God.
hotel you stay in?
I don't understand. It's 2022. How do people still think that?
It's
only television.
It's really a program, bro. That's what they sell.
Yeah.
They don't sell nothing else.
No.
When we look at it, we see the news.
Yes.
From the outside looking in, they don't sell. I think where was I at? And I seen a commercial for Las Vegas.
Yep.
I was somewhere. I can't remember where I
It
was.
was a strip, wasn't it?
That's it.
That's it. They're not telling you we got houses and
That's
schools.
it. I was like, that's all they.
That's what they showing.
That's what they showing.
Yeah.
That's it.
What you say is programming.
Yeah.
And yes, we got real estate out here, and Summerlin and Green Valley. You can live here, go to school here, be raised here, and have a family here. And so I love for people to tell their stories, man. Because no matter what, like Hot Seat with Icy Jones gonna be here forever. As long as I have these shows, as long as you two keep running, you feel me? My shows are gonna be there.
Right.
So you'll look back and be like, dang, like that's when I made my first movie, bro. It's like, that's crazy. Or, somebody from Detroit, they'll watch your interview and they'll know like a little bit more about you that they didn't know. You feel me? Like that's what I want it to be about. So thank you, man, for opening up today. You feel me? What is something that you're tapping in with your children, man? What are you teaching them today? You say you got a 13-year-old daughter.
I got a 13-year-old daughter, 11-year-old son, 9 and 2. Definitely entrepreneurship. My son has sold shirts. Like, he created a shirt just to wear to school, and one of the teachers really liked it. It was comical. He liked Lamborghini, so he put the little, the old cars the old red we used to push with the yabba dabba do. Like, we put that picture on there, and he was like, "This is his Lamborghini for now, till he could get a real Lamborghini."
Right.
So we laughed and we made the shirts out of laughter. And from that laughter, he came home maybe like a week, 2 weeks later, and was like, "Daddy," he actually told me twice.
Yeah.
And the first time, I'm like, man, I kind of blew him off.
Yeah.
And then he came back to me like, she asked me, Daddy, like, she
want
want a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and so I was like, for real? So, and I got the, questioning him.
Yeah.
And so, they understand entrepreneurship.
That's good though.
But I'm also teaching them, that more than entrepreneurship is togetherness, because everybody don't hit the entrepreneurship, but you always got your brothers and sisters, and I always teach them the values of, if they ain't doing right, then you ain't got to do right. But if they doing right and they ask you for $1 and you got $1, give them $1. If they ask you for 100 and you got it, you can give it. I always togetherness, because my family is more so divided. It's a lot of division,
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I had a lot of examples of what not to do.
Yeah.
So I teach togetherness,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship, but with togetherness. Help your brother. You know what I'm saying? If you up and he trying to invest, I teach them about helping each other and them probably the two biggest things.
What are some of the other businesses you got rocking that people can hit you for?
Sims Family Shirts and More. We do all type of merchandise.
Okay.
Merch for anybody, for artists, we also do businesses, done a few dental offices. We got embroidery coming out, it'll be on the 11th, so we'll be offering that real soon.
I need that, man.
Yeah.
People fail me on these embroidery with the hats.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the.
Can't do my logo and what's the stitch count and I can't do your wings and all that, bro. My people moved to Dallas and then they got pregnant and then they did something else. So
no, I'm coming hard, bro, because
let me know.
Yeah, I'm coming I'm coming hard with it.
Yeah.
I got the embroidery coming. So
okay, so right now they can get shirts and more from you.
Shirts, more. We do socks, shirts. I just recently been dabbling in jerseys with the youth.
And then you do photography.
And photography, videography.
Videography. Okay, cool. And it's a family thing when it comes to the because you said, what's the name of the business?
Sims Family Shirts and More.
Sims Family Shirts and More.
Well, I hustle for my last name, not my first, so it had to be Sims.
I heard that.
That's just it's myself and my wife, of course. It is your family, but she be doing her thing. She got her people, So
it works out.
Yeah, it do.
Okay. Let's get back to this movie, man.
Let's do it.
So I want you to kind of introduce it, okay? What's the how they subscribe to your channel?
Rope and Real Productions on YouTube.
Okay.
Subscribe, comment, let me know what you think.
Yes.
And check it out.
All right, let's go. This is King.
Yeah, sending this one out to my man Killer B. No doubt, indeed. Without weed, you know what I'm saying? That old real shit. There's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. You could run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook, cause ain't no such things as halfway crooks. They never around when the beef cooks in my part of town. It's similar to Vietnam. Now we all grown up and old and be on the cops' control. They better have the riot gear ready. Trying to back me and get rock steady. By the Mac 1 double, I touch you and leave you with not much to go home with. My skin is thick, cause I'll be up in the mix of action. If I'm not at home, puffin' live, relaxing. New York got a nigga depressed, so I wear a slug proof underneath my guest. God bless my soul, before I put my foot down and begin to stroll into the drama I built. And all unfinished beef, you will soon be killed. Put us together.
Hey, yo, Jamal, what's up, man?
King, what up, man?
Jamal, what's good, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just leaving this workout for UNLV, man.
Oh, that's right. You did something to UNLV, bro. That's big for the city, bro. How was the workout?
Yeah, the workout was great. Coaches love me, But I get this wild message, man, when I get to the car.
What you mean? Message what? What you mean? Talk to me.
So I get this wild text saying we need to talk.
Right.
I get in the car. call her. She told me she's pregnant.
Pregnant? I mean, but that's like good though, right?
Nah, man, she not my girl.
Hey, yo, where that money at? Fuck you mean? Hey, yo, if Taz don't got that money by 12 o'clock, you already know what's gonna happen to you. And we ain't playing no game with your bitch ass, nigga. The fuck?
Shit's low-key scary, bruh. I mean, I feel sick, man. You the first person I told, actually.
I mean, really, Jay, it really ain't all that bad. I mean, I remember when it was my first season and Keisha hit me and told me she was pregnant.
Yeah, but that's different. Y'all were high school sweethearts.
Yeah, but a lot of my family wanted her to get abortion.
Ain't that King?
Damn, I ain't know that. So what'd you do, though?
I mean, I decided NBA.
Until my death, my goal's to stay alive. Survival of the fit, only strong survive. Yeah, we live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive. We live in this till the day that we die. Survival of the fit, only the strong survive.
What up, man? I saw you on the news the other day. Heard you going to UNLV, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Signed last week.
That's what I'm talking about. King, how's Keisha? You know what I mean? Hey, I'm calling it right now. You finna go to college, you gonna bust they ass, and then you going straight to the league after, nigga. Hey, on the dead homies, he gonna put the whole hood on, nigga. I'm calling it. Just don't trick that shit away like this nigga King did.
I ain't trick off nothing. I had to take care of my responsibilities.
Nobody's trying to hear all that. What your ass should have did was tell Keisha to get a motherfucking abortion. And then maybe your hoop dreams wouldn't have been fucked up.
Hoop dreams ain't fucked up. They right where they supposed to be. And everything on the up and up. And Jamal gonna see.
Fuck you mean? This nigga a motivational speaker or something? Fuck you mean Jamal about to find out? What the fuck you talking about?
Chick I'm dealing with, man, said she pregnant.
Pregnant? Nigga, you on the path of greatness and you over here getting girls pregnant? Fuck wrong with you? Is this even your girl?
We're not official, we just messing around.
Well, you're not official. Is she your girl or is she not your girl?
Not really.
How the nigga we good then, playboy? Tell her to get an abortion. Because we already know that she trying to secure that bag because you about to go to the NBA, playboy.
Hell yeah. Get your ass on some bullshit and some shit.
Hey, she don't want none of that. You don't want none of that, playboy. Trust me on that one. But look, here's 2 G's. An abortion about like, what, 400-500? Tell her to keep the rest and to keep her motherfucking mouth shut. Because if she don't, me and Mike gonna pay her a visit. Man, here, take it, man. Don't look around. Take it. Opportunities like this don't happen all the time. Ask your boy King.
Thanks, Saz. Should have probably used it. I'll let you know, man.
Don't worry about that, bro. You ain't got to pay me back or nothing like that. Just think of it as like an investment in your future. Our future. I'll see you around. Let's go to the store, Mike. Come on. Keisha, I said hi, nigga.
Hey man, you gotta watch him, man. Be careful with that, man. Everything with Taz come at a price, man. Be good.
Let's go. Traffic escape plan, that was the escape plan, but I ain't investigating. That shit was a waste.
A lot of people, you know, they like, damn, man, like, is you a real gangster? Absolutely not. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You can go upstate, baby.
Come on, what's good, baby? How everything? Everything's good, man. Just get up.
But you know she wanna change. She knows she wanna change. We not giving up no money over here, okay?
She just wanna taste the candy.
Mr. UNLV.
Hey, we gonna get it right there.
Now that shit was never planted. Yeah, man. Traffic escape plan, that was the escape plan, but I ain't invest.
Welcome back, Hot Seat with Icy Jones, man. That was King. How you feeling, man?
Man, feeling good, brother.
Accomplished or no?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
man. As we were talking, man, making even this was not easy.
No.
and it was a lot of different things you may have wanted but couldn't do.
Yeah.
You know, and some people may think it's easy, but they'll see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if you don't compromise, you're not gonna put out great work.
Yeah, definitely.
Just so your ego can be stretched some more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were talking about edits, and like clipping and things of that nature. And he said, man, a valid point was made. We got multiple cameras, but they're not the same camera.
Right.
How important was that?
It was very important because originally we was going to shoot with 2 cameras, 2 different angles at a time. We was going to get multiple angles. But the problem that Gavin had brought to us that was, yeah, we can do that, but we're not going to get the same quality. It's going to be different qualities on each camera because they're all different.
In that one scene,
yeah,
you'd have had 2-3 different qualities.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And so we end up just having to go with one camera that with the same quality, in order to get consistency.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And that scene really is important. It's really the bulk of the movie, right?
Yeah.
It draws you into the conversation. You know, this
Yeah.
dude really is like a bully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what y'all got going on,
Yeah.
your character and him, but y'all automatically don't like each other. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell.
Yeah.
You like this dude, he like this. You feel me?
Yeah.
He feel like he got one up on everybody because he got some money. You know what I mean? And then your character went to a regular everyday life because of the baby, but you also, you know, your pride was in the way, like, my hoop dreams right where they at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or where they supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got this other dude where you're kind of letting him know, like, bro, like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I know you tripping over it, but bro, just keep going.
Yeah.
You know, don't let the baby be a huge mind blocker. You know what I'm saying? And he's just so confused because it's bittersweet. Yes, I got accepted.
Yeah.
But now I got a baby on the way. She's not even my girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you got the centerpiece, which is abortion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why'd y'all bring that in? What was that important? Why was that important?
It was important for me to talk about it is because I had to bring out something close to me. You know what I mean? And I ain't never had none myself, but I know, you know, a lot of people have, or they use that as a contraceptive or an excuse. And I just felt like it would resonate because a lot of people utilize that as a means of protecting themselves. And I just, you know, it was really just to bring awareness that this is a real problem, you know, especially in our community. You know, we would have more babies, you know, which would make us a stronger nation, you know, and a lot of things factor in. But yeah, I needed something to resonate with the people, and I felt like abortion was a big topic nobody never talks about.
Right.
Yeah.
That's real. And this guy, with his pride and ego, gives this man money.
Yeah.
He give him above and beyond the amount that it should cost.
Yeah.
To hush this girl.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what, $1,600 extra to be quiet. And then he says, I'll let you know if I'll use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, thanks for the 2 racks, bro.
Right.
Like, so what you gonna do? You gonna hurt him if you see him with his girl and she pregnant?
Yeah.
Because he didn't spend that money on the abortion?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, think of it as an investment in our future. Like, oh, so, and you just told him,
Yeah.
hey, bro, it come with backlash.
Yeah.
Using this man's opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that in real life.
Yeah. Every day.
You know what I mean? Where people put other people in a position and tie them into their world, you know, with the intent to be over them and bully them because I got one up on you.
Right.
You owe me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even really want to be in that position, but because they were down and out, you found it. You know what I'm saying? It's a great 6 minutes, bro.
I appreciate that.
For real, man.
Thank you.
Now, for everybody who watching, how long did it take to make this 6 minutes? And I mean
Like,
from filming,
start to finish.
Yeah, writing, then filming,
Like,
casting,
creating the story,
editing,
the whole thing.
till we got to this.
It was a long process. It was my first time.
Yeah.
So for me coming in, the biggest goal for me was learn the process.
Okay. Good.
So
good.
I took my time in learning the process. I had a couple hiccups. So, but start to finish in the shortcut, 8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Wow. And you learned a lot.
A lot.
In the process.
Yes.
Do you have any digital mentors, meaning people you watch on YouTube for encouragement or for learning in your fields?
Nobody. Yeah. I always keep my eye to Dame Dash.
Okay.
Anything he's doing, I kind of want to do something similar where, you know, you got like a broadcast center of like media, not just movies, but all types of media, whether it be podcast, film, photography. Like I got this big idea of doing something like that. So I always keep an eye to him and pay attention to the new things turning. I also recently been paying attention to JT Biggerfigure.
A legend
yeah.
in music and film.
So I've been paying attention to him. I think Curtis Snow. Yeah. I watched a little bit, but I mean JT Biggerfigure was the reason. He was, you know what I mean? So I'm more on the behind. I know Curtis was the actual star of it.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, he was the reason it was a star. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I kind of look at the back end of it. For as of now, that's what I've been in the film because I'm new to it. So
right.
Yeah, them two so far.
Man, once again, tell them where to subscribe, bro.
Rope and Real Productions on YouTube. The Rope King 702 on Instagram. Kalen Sims on Facebook. Tap in, man. Go check out the movie King.
You say you jump rope.
Yeah.
When did that come about in your life?
Man, I think I've been jump roping for maybe like 5-6 years now. It all started because I was overweight and went to the doctor and they told me I had high blood pressure. And if I don't lose weight, now if I come back in 2 weeks and my blood pressure's still high, I got to take pills. So I picked up a rope. I started running, and then after I plateaued with running, the jump rope, my boy Rashad was like, I was telling him I wanted to lose my belly. He was like, man, a good core work is jump roping. So I never thought nothing of it, but I was like, I'm gonna go, you know. I just dived into it, and when I dived into it, it was so therapeutic. I was like, oh man, this is a lifetime thing. This ain't just for the weight. This is forever. It's therapeutic. Yeah.
It changed.
Yeah.
And you lost the weight?
Yeah.
No blood pressure?
None of that. Yep. None of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. So, like, do you go somewhere to do it? You do it anywhere you want to?
I mean, yeah, I was in the garage for a little bit. Then we moved. So I didn't have a garage. I was doing it on the streets. I go to this little school because they got like a little window where it's like a mirror kind of.
Okay.
So I like to do it in front of the mirror.
Okay.
So I go to this little school around the corner from where I live.
You put headphones on? Or?
Headphones on.
That's where the therapy
comes
out.
Yeah, and it's like my body moving, but my mind is still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my body is going, I'm really digging in, but my mind is still.
Yeah.
It's like a flowing river. It's like.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. Before we get out of here, man, I want to get back on the King real quick. Music, right? Let people know, man, you want the Vegas music, man.
Yeah, I'm looking to get some original music, you know, from Vegas artists. You know, of course, I got some more short films coming and a major movie coming soon. And I'm going to need music for that. So I'm looking to collab with artists, of course, it's going to be specific subject matter, of course, pertaining to whatever we talking about. But I'm looking to collab and create some soundtracks, you know, for these movies. And so any artist interested, you know, inbox me, DM me. I'm free. You know, I'll be working, but I'm gonna tap in with you. You know, it's not instantly. This is not instant. It's a work in progress. We working towards it, but these are the things we looking for.
Facts, man. Like he said, he wants more people on the team, more people on the squad, trade and barter if it's, deemed necessary to have financial compensation that could happen as well. But we talking writers, we talking actors, we talking editors, cinematographers, and musicians as well. You know what I mean? Artists. You know what I mean? So tap in with Kalen Sims, man. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. You enjoy yourself in the hot seat today?
Man, the hot seat is popping, man. Y'all better come on, man. What y'all waiting on?
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you as well,
100, bro. All right, man. I'll see y'all next week, man. Hot Seat with Icy Jones right here on Room Service Radio. Let's go.